Today's Thursday, and let's talk about how to get recruited to be a Division I athlete. But first, coffee. We all want to go D1 or even play like college sport, post-secondary, whether it's D1, D2, D3, NAIA. But how do you really know if a coach is interested in you? And could you do anything to help that? In today's video, I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my knowledge. So hopefully you guys have a better understanding by the end of the video. The first thing you need to do is you have to be noticed. And in order to be noticed, you have to draw attention to yourself. Whether that's being clutch, winning a championship, or just performing at your best at the end of the season. And before we start, I just wanted to say that this isn't just for running, even though I'm a runner. This applies to all sports. Coaches just want to win, and you have to show them that you are able to help them win a championship. So what I did next, I had a conversation with my mom, my dad, my brother, and we sat down and talked about if I really wanted to pursue running into college, and if that was really a goal for me, then they were okay with it. So once I had that heart-to-heart, you had to start looking for coaches, and you had to start finding schools that first have your major, because school is important. Even though running is what you're going for, ultimately by the end of it, you need to get a degree out of it. So might as well find a school that has your major. So I will say the sooner you get on this, the better. I started looking for colleges late grade 10. In American terms, that's a sophomore, and early junior year, grade 11. I will say that was a pretty good time for me, because that's when I really focused on running, because before that I was playing soccer and I wasn't really serious about running. The first step that I found was you have to fill out a questionnaire. It's just like a regular questionnaire, anyone can fill it out, but it gives the coaches a bit more information about you. You fill it out, it's bang, 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 bang. The next step after filling out the questionnaire is emailing the coaches, and if they're interested in you, they will email you back. But if they don't get discouraged, because they do get millions of emails, well, hundreds of emails a day, and they probably got lost or they didn't see it, so don't be afraid to send them another one. So as the days went on, well, weeks went on, I kept in contact with some of the coaches and the schools, and turns out my biggest meet of the year, OFSA, some of the coaches came down to watch me, and that's basically the next step. If they are invested into you and they want you at your school, they would be like, damn, I gotta see him in person, I gotta see him play, I gotta see him compete. So they'll come down and watch you to see if you have that star power or clutch factor. For the coach to come see you, it's basically making sure their investment is good, because you can't make a judgment call based on stats. You actually have to go down, see it, analyze it yourself, and make sure it fits your team, the vision, and the vision of the program. So what I did next was I emailed a bunch of schools, and I made a list of pros and cons of each school. Pros being the major I had, the team was good, or it looked good at least. The cons were being they didn't have my major, and whatever. So what I was looking for a school, I was looking for a small Division I school that had my major. I wanted it small because I'm not really a city boy or anything, and I don't know, small classes I find better, because you get to connect with your teachers, and your teachers actually know your names. So that's what I was looking for. So the March break, my spring break of my junior year, I went down to the States with my brother, my dad, and my mom, and we took unofficial visits to 7 schools around the country. We flew, and then we drove to each school, and then we flew home. In 7 days, I think we visited 8 or 9 schools. So it was a good learning experience, because some of the schools, all the schools were on my list, but then I actually got to experience what they were. And when I got home, I narrowed it down to 4. Unofficial visits are visits to the school, but they're not paid for. You have to pay for it yourself, so it's unofficial, The coaches are kind of into you, but they're not invested into you to pay for your trip. or it might be too early into the recruiting process to tell. But if you want tips on unofficial visits and official visits, I've made a video on it before, so it'll be the first link in the description. So then if he was impressed with your race, game, he or she was impressed with it, you'll get the digits. He will ring you up. You guys will talk often. I was talking with a few coaches like once, twice, 3 times a week just to catch up, make sure we're still on the same page, make sure everything's okay. And we did talk. We talked for a while each day, just caught up. Told them about like my races coming up, how I felt at practice, what I was doing at practice. It was like making a bond before. And then after that, after we've been talking for a while, he's like, yo, just come down for official visit. Let's see if you like the team. Official visits are, you go down for a weekend, 48 hours, and everything's paid for. Like they plan out your trip, they give you meals, they give you somewhere to stay, you stay with the team. They plan out the whole visit to try to impress you. And I really encourage you guys watch the official visit video I did. It'll be the first link in the description like I said before, so make sure you check that out if you are interested. So if the official visit goes well and you really like the team, your recruiting process is basically over. All you have to do is finalize your scholarships, sign the letter of intent, and then boom, you're just like that. You've completed your recruiting process and you'll be going to the school of your choice next year. It's raining, so I couldn't really do anything else today, and I was pretty bored. Made my cup of coffee, just went for a 6-mile run. This week, I'm gonna hit 59 miles. Yeah, so 6-mile run today. It was pretty good. It was really wet. My week's going good. I have a tempo run tomorrow, which I will record 4-mile tempo, so like a 10-mile day kind of. But if you did like the video, make sure to hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe to me if you want. I make mediocre content because I'm bored, and I don't know. I really like making videos, to be honest. I missed it. That's why I'm coming back. The grind don't stop, baby. All right, peace, yo.